my next question for people, because I know your book, Enough is Enough, that's the name of your book, right? That's the name of your
Yep.
book. So with people like obviously who are listening, they're also parents too, who also have young kids and, they're growing up and, they're in the school system. Like what advice do you give to those people, for people who have kids this age or are in schools? Like what advice would you give them in terms of
Well,
the
I
schooling?
have the harsh advice. The reality is don't put them in school.
Yeah.
That's the harsh, right? Figure it out. And I'm going to speak to that point because since if anything positive came out of the pandemic, I feel people are more alert to the nonsense, right? When I would never, like my school, we had to go on the lockdown and we had, all of our kids on computers and we were teaching from computers. Never would it ever occur to me to tell a teacher, hey, tell the students to kick their parents out of the room. We don't want them listening in on the lesson. I'm like, that's just wrong. And again, you keep to the ABCs, 1, 2, 3s, the simplicity, and then you cater to what the child's purpose is. And yeah, okay, like Damon, when he was 6, he was going to grow up to be a policeman, a firefighter, and an NBA player. And I'm like, all of those are excellent choices. Did he do any of them? No, but I wasn't expecting him to.
Right.
However, our firefighters, our police officers, our NBA players, they need to be literate.
Right.
So I could tie academics into all of that. It was a support for him to reach his purpose. It's not just so that he can pass a test and look good on paper. I could care less about the test, honestly.
Yeah. It's a fascinating thing because people grow up and I'm sure you've had your fair share experience where people grow up like, oh my God, I gotta know all these things to study a test. And it's actually not really all about the test. It's how you apply the data and how you apply the information that you learn, not just studying for a test.
That's right. Yeah, exactly. And again, back in the day, I'm going to show, this is from 1883. This is a math book. And it talks about mastery. And there's like a little piece in the front, a little article in the front for the teacher. And it's talking about mastery of concepts. And it's like, take as long as it takes. If a student needs a month to learn the 4s, like the multiplication tables, do it. If he takes a year, it's time well spent because you want to master it. And they go, lower aims in arithmetic cannot be justified. And now there is no such thing as mastery.
Right.
It's a label. Oh, he's got dyslexia. He has this. He has a number. There's more labels than there are. There's lots of labels instead of somebody just like, okay, well, when do you actually add in life?
Right. What do you find is the actual solution? Because, I think the problem is with people is, how you kind of invent a problem because they don't know what to do with it. So it's kind of like, I think with people who are first-time parents or their parents, they have 2 kids, I have no idea what to do with them. So they actually, they rely on somebody else who they think they know what they're doing. So they give it to them to kind of, because they don't know. I think it's also a point of educating the parents too on what things are and what things aren't supposed to be. You know what I mean? Because I think we've lost that over time where this is the way it's supposed to go or this is the way it should happen. But I think we've lost that because now we're as we grow up and we're kind of growing older, the stupid people are becoming older, and so now they're the parents, and now they're like, I don't know what to do here, take this, So right. I kind of see that also the parents need to be educated a bit on how society works a bit.
That's right.